first-round picks made in the spring. So we're going to begin in New Orleans, where Catherine Terrell wrote this about 8th overall pick Shough Tyson. The Saints have been cautious with Tyson after he spent the lead up to April's draft rehabbing injuries sustained during college. So there hasn't been much to see on the field yet, but Tyson's teammates have spoken highly about what they've seen from him so far, with quarterback Shough raving about him. He's jumped in even in these walkthroughs. He hasn't messed a play up, missed a beat. Nina, what do you expect to see from Tyson on that Saints offense?
Big things. I'm excited about the fit with Chris Olave. I'm also really excited about the fit with the Saints' young quarterback, Shough, because for a young quarterback last year, I thought he was very willing and able to throw over the middle of the field. In fact, between the numbers, he was second in on-target rate, 7th in QBR, and that's where I think Shough Tyson thrives, with his big frame and his strong hands, in-breakers, slants, digs. To me, that's where he wants to live, and it's also where Shough wants to live, too.
I love it. Let's go to Washington.
Let's not go to Washington. Let's stay in New Orleans. I mean, the reality is that Shough had no business being as confident of a quarterback as he was last year. And you can see that. You can see that on the field. You can see that as the weeks unfolded. How do you think he's going to be in year 2? And he's going to have another additional weapon like a Jordan Addison. Oh my gosh. And she just keeps talking about Shough and Olave. Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is going to cook with Jordan Addison. Make no mistake about that. Before we jump into it, New Orleans Saints fans, you have been awesome. I've asked you guys straight up, please do not forget to subscribe and watch the full length of the video, because when you guys do that, views go through the roof, subscribers go through the roof. And it's not about chasing views, it's not about chasing subscribers. It's about being able to create New Orleans Saints content that people genuinely want to watch and discuss, so we can keep having the most unbiased, grounded, honest conversations about the Saints. And it's not the easiest, right? Like I am trying so hard to be able to get enough Saints subscribers so I can keep making Saints videos, and you guys will actually show up and watch the videos so we can have awesome discussions, because it's like the Saints are a team that I really want to be able to make any of the content that I want, right? Anytime I come across a clip, I want to be able to post it and just know that it's not going to be a dud and have 50 people watch it, because it's like, you know, who wants that? So, and you guys have been doing that. You know, my last Saints video, I mean, where we're adding subscribers, getting views, and it's just great to see having like actual real conversations around the Saints. So again, all I can ask is that you guys just please keep doing that. Try and do as much as I possibly can leading into the season. So as soon as the season starts, it's just boom, right? Make a Saints video, let's party, let's get after it. But yeah, I mean, I really, cause Mina definitely I've realized this, with Mina, that she, you know, every single take she goes in there with like 1 or 2 specific stats that she obviously has prepared, and then she talks about that as a whole. And it's just like it's frustrating, because I don't know where she's getting some of these stats, and I'd like to dig into that. I wonder if sometimes ESPN, even though they use like next gen and things like that, if they just have access to data, that I just don't necessarily come across. So if you could tell me where if you have any idea, cause it's not PFF, it's not Pro Football Reference, like where they're getting, the QBR, cause that's the thing, it's QBR between the numbers. QBR is a specific ESPN analytic that is proprietary, that no one knows how to technically calculate. And so I don't know how to find on ESPN between the numbers specifically. For a quarterback and the QBR, cause I want to look more than just a QBR. I don't use QBR really as a strong reference point. It's an interesting stat, but since it's completely proprietary and you don't actually know how it's calculated, I'm like, I don't know. So that's just my thing. So I'd love to be to dig into that more. But yeah, I mean, I've talked about this a lot, that like Shough is easily the most underdiscussed, kind of story, but definitely quarterback going into this coming season of the potential. I think there's probably no greater player, a quarterback that has the ability to blow everyone away based off of the amount of what the pre-existing belief is or discussion. So, it's not to say that he's going to be the best quarterback. It's not to say that Caleb Williams won't even be more impressive. But, considering the momentum and the narrative that's already going in with the Caleb or going in with the Drake May, I would say it's essentially non-existent for Tyler Shough. And so, I think like he has the best, he's positioned best to go from essentially like 0 to 100 in a way where some of these other quarterbacks, like a Drake May, he's going from maybe 80 to 100, right? So, it's a shorter distance to travel. And it's just I find it absolutely utterly fascinating, especially because again, the offense will just be better by virtue of it being year 2 with Kellen Moore. And Tyler Shough. Now, you're adding someone like a Jordan Addison, and it's just like we're not going to see more growth there. We're not going to see more success like of course we are. Of course we are. So, this division I still continue to find, and I know I say it in every divisional video that I make for this division, that I just find it absolutely fascinating. I just find it absolutely positively fascinating, and I keep trying to sell everyone on watching these games, on watching these divisional games, because I'm telling you they are going to be so exciting and so fun. And it's just going to be different football than what we've been used to out of these 4 teams, and it's just this, every team truly has every team truly has a legitimate chance to win the division and actually make noise in the playoffs, and not just trying to run backwards into a playoff game just to lose in the first round. So I believe that in my core. I believe that in my core, and there's just a lot of young exciting up-and-coming talent. Again, new coaches, like I think it's just going to catch so many people by surprise, and it shouldn't, like that's the thing. That's why I'm trying to spoil the surprise for everyone. I'm trying to literally say surprise way too soon and keep the lights on. Like it's just don't be surprised. Start getting excited. Start doing some research. Start thinking about it. Start reflecting on it. Like if anything at this point, I'd be more surprised to not see really high level ball. And Tyler Shough is going to be one of the most perfect examples as to why when I make my quarterback rankings, why I do them in the way that I do them, and I don't make them a rich tapestry, because I want to be able to, like when I see Tyler Shough ball out, it's like I want to be able to elevate him at a high level, and I'll be like, well, Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP and Josh Allen is special and Patrick Mahomes has won multiple, so I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to mess around with any of that nonsense. I just want to focus on what I'm seeing right now. And again, Tyler Shough with this offense I think has the absolute ability to be a top 10 quarterback of 2026. So like, not saying that he's like solidified as him, but in terms of performance on the field, just about what you're doing this season, it's like absolutely. And if that doesn't excite you, if that doesn't want you to watch, well then I don't really know what does then, right? Like then you're getting too obsessed with the narratives and you're getting too obsessed with the blue bloods. Like, branch out a little bit. Watch another team. Watch another quarterback. Watch another coach. Like, start to learn more. I mean, there was always this back and forth between who people think are going to be the best receiver in the draft. Like, everybody was so focused on the receivers, and then the moment they all got drafted, everybody just got deflated about them. They're like, well, Jordan Addison is not that great, man. Well, Jordan Addison isn't that, and it's just like, McKay is kind of small. And it was like going into the draft, you guys all said that this receiving draft class is like through the roof, so deep. Like everyone's got star power. And now it's like as soon as everyone went to their like respective teams, they're like, yeah, I don't know. And it's just like Shaq and Jordan Addison and Kellen Moore can become an elite trio, man. An elite trio. Yes, I'm saying it. They can become an elite trio. I'm not saying it's going to happen year 1, because that is pretty rare for receivers these days to just be able to like truly hit the ground and just absolutely bona fide. I mean, it didn't even happen with Jackson Smith-Njigba, and now he just became the highest paid wide receiver, right? Like, so these things can take a minute. They can take a second to bake. But there's enough there, and what's good about the Saints is that I think Kellen Moore does a great job of making sure that everything gets distributed, everything gets balanced out. And that's number 1. And number 2, they don't need Jordan Addison to come in here and be the hero. They don't need Jordan Addison. Oh, I'm like really putting this together now. They also don't need him to be the hero of his quarterback. Shaq was really struggling last year. He just didn't have anyone to go to. Like they need a real weapon for him to help with his development and this and that. That's not what it is. The whole weight is not on a Jordan Addison's shoulders right now. And that's the beauty of this offense with the Saints, is that there's no heavy relying of like they really need this one thing to be the thing that helps everything else flow. That's not how this team is built right now. And that's not the level of play that you're getting out of Tyler Shough as well, right? You can make that argument that that's what you needed with say a Cam Ward for instance, or trying to think of another example. Oh, a Bo Nix. Like they were putting a lot of weight on like please Jalen Waddle. And again, I think Bo Nix is great, but they're like we really need like a true bona fide number one receiver, and we're really hoping that this can help bring up the development and make a smoother, more consistent level of offense and quarterback play out of Bo Nix, right? Like they're really relying on that. And rightfully so, and it's a great move by the Broncos, but it's just like not everything is 100% focused on that in the situation that the Saints are in right now. I'm trying to think of another quick example. And not one can't I can't think of anyone in this particular moment, but that's what I see. I mean, I remember. Or even thinking with Cam Ward, just to go back to the Tennessee Titans, is of like they need a guy, they need a weapon. And that is why they got Shough Tyson, right? Like there is that heavy emphasis on Shough Tyson. That's why they reportedly originally wanted Jeremiah Love, cause they were just like we need offense, we need someone to be able to take off some of the weight off of the shoulders of Cam Ward in that offense. And it's just like it's not necessarily the situation that the Saints find themselves in. So, even that allows this offense to really unfold and develop, I feel as though a lot more organically and naturally, which I think is, it's a great spot for both Kellen Moore and Tyler Shough. Don't I like the fact that she didn't even mention Kellen Moore just really signals to me that people still don't really appreciate what Kellen Moore brings, because if this was Shanahan, you'd be like, oh, I just know what Shanahan would be doing with Taysom. We know Andy Reid what he likes to do, and then and there they don't, or Sean McVay, and they're not doing it with Kellen Moore. And it's just like Kellen Moore is going to cook, man. Kellen Moore is going to cook, so that's just me. I'm a big fan of Kellen Moore. And I was a big fan of him before he won this role with the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Saints got a real one there with him, and it might take a minute or two to be able to see the complete vision, but they're on their way. This division is on their way. This division going to be fun. Might not have the biggest names. Might not have the coolest and flashiest coaches that everyone's like, oh, genius, 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 genius. But I'm telling you it's going to come down to the wire. It's going to come down to the final week of the season. The middle of the season, you're going to be like, who's going to win this division? And it's going to be like, I don't know. And the divisional games are going to be awesome. So, buckle up. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the New Orleans Saints, Tyler Shough, Jordan Taysom, what they're going to be able to do? I mean, this offense just can be legitimately explosive. I mean, Shough, yeah, he's got some explosive plays in time. So does Kellen Moore. So just wait. But let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.